Hello everyone, I'm Landon Schlungen, and today I'm going to go over EC2 and what EC2 entails for Amazon Web Services. So basically, EC2 is your own personal computer in the cloud, and you can do a bunch of stuff with it. EC2 is like your own computer, but it's put into a huge data center with thousands of computers in one place. And while you're using the UI, this thing right here, it becomes a shopping mall where you just pick and choose which kinds of computers you want and what software you want installed on them. Most of the things you do with your own computer, EC2 can also do. You can mine Bitcoin, you can run a web server, you can store data, you can run virtual machines, or even host a Minecraft server on these Amazon-owned computers. There are five main concepts that all fall under the purview of the EC2 service. These include instance types, load balancing, auto scaling, machine images, and elastic block store. So the first type thing is instance and instance type. There's four different types of EC2 instances, and there's different pricing models for them. There's on-demand instances, reserved, spot, and dedicated. So on-demand instances are like getting a gym membership. You pay for the time you have the instance active, but not for the amount of CPU you use during that time. On-demand is billed in 1 second increments with the minimum of 1 minute. There's reserved instances. They're also like getting a gym membership, but you prepay the gym for a 1 or 3 year membership. As you have probably realized, the longer you prepay for, the more savings are accrued. This can result in up to a 75% saving compared to paying by the second using on demand. Spot instances, however, are like a surplus food market where customers can purchase excess produce at a discounted price. This food is up to 90% off compared to on demand food. Dedicated hosts are like a private jet, providing customers with exclusive use of a computing environment that is not shared with other customers. You are billed per hour of flight, and they are a compute resource useful for companies who need to use existing server-bound software licenses like Windows Server or SQL Server. There are many different sizes of EC2 instances as well. Some are specialized for memory and others are better for calculations. It's like there being many kinds of gyms to choose from. There's a boxing gym, a basketball gym, weightlifting gym. There's even a free option for a micro instance. It's kind of like just going to the park to get your exercise instead of getting a gym membership. Now let's move on to auto scaling. So auto scaling groups, there's two parts to the auto scaling. Let me see here. There's the launch configurations and then the actual auto scaling group. Auto scaling groups is a feature in Amazon EC2 that allows you to automatically adjust the number of instances in a group based on the demand. ASG itself can be compared to a thermostat in a building. Just as a thermostat maintains the comfortable temperature in a building by turning on and off the HVAC system, and ASG maintains a desired level of capacity in your application by launching or terminating instances based on the incoming traffic. This way you can handle sudden traffic spikes and ensure optimal performance of your application. ASG launch configurations, on the other hand, can be compared to a blueprint for constructing a building that meets specific requirements. Launch configuration defines the settings for an instance, such as the AMI, instance type, security groups, and other configuration details. It provides a template for launching EC2 instances in an ASG so that each instance launched in the group is configured the same way. This ensures that all instances in the group are identical and perform the same tasks, making it easier to scale your application horizontally. With ASG launch configurations, you can easily configure your instances, ensure consistency, and scale your application as needed. Because the launch configuration ensures that instances are launched with the correct settings, you are required to construct a launch configuration before you create an autoscaling group. So yeah, you have to create the launch configuration before you can create the autoscaling group. And when you create the autoscaling group, you define what launch configuration you want as your blueprint for your autoscaling group. Load balancing is the next thing I want to talk about. Load balancing. You have load balancers, and target groups. Load balancing is a crucial component of any scalable infrastructure. Just like in a grocery store where customers want to get through the checkout as quickly as possible, web users also want their requests to be processed as quickly as possible. Load balancing is a process of distributing incoming network traffic across multiple servers to improve the reliability and scalability of applications. In the grocery store analogy, imagine that the checkout lines are web servers and customers are web users. A load balancer is like an employee named Fred who is responsible for directing incoming requests to the appropriate servers, just like how he would direct customers to the shortest checkout lines. Load balancers can monitor server health and load and distribute traffic accordingly to ensure that no single server is overloaded. Target groups, on the other hand, are a way to group similar servers together for more efficient load balancing. In the grocery store example, Fred might be in charge of directing customers to lines 1, 2, and 3 only, and not 4, 5, and 6. Because 1, 2, and 3 are lines that are all express lanes for customers with only a few items, these lines could be grouped together as a target group in the load balancer, so incoming requests are only directed to those servers when appropriate. By using load balancing and target groups, web applications can scale seamlessly to handle increased traffic while also maintaining high availability and reliability for users. Now let's move on to images. So images, we have AMIs and AMI catalog. Basically, it's just AMIs. Amazon Machine Images are essentially pre-configured templates for creating EC2 instances. When you create an AMI, it captures a snapshot of the root volume of an existing EC2 instance, including its operating system, application server, and all other installed software, along with any custom configurations. This snapshot can then be used to create one or more new instances that are already pre-configured with the software and settings contained in the AMI, saving you significant time and effort compared to manually installing and configuring all the necessary software on a new instance. AMIs can also be shared with other AWS accounts or publicly, making them a powerful tool for collaboration and reducing the time and effort needed to deploy new instances. They can also be used to create a backup of an EC2 instance, providing a quick and easy way to recover from an instance failure or data loss. AMIs are a critical component of EC2 service, providing a powerful and flexible way to quickly and easily create new instances with pre-configured software and settings, reducing the time and effort needed to deploy and manage EC2 instances. So yeah, AMIs, they're basically like blueprints for creating an EC2 instance or launching an EC2 instance. You can put your software and everything onto it, and then you just specify what AMI you want when you launch an instance, and then it comes with all that stuff pre-configured so that it doesn't take very much time to install the software. It's already installed. The last thing I want to talk about is this Elastic Block Store part. And basically we have volumes and snapshots. I'm just going to talk about volumes though. Snapshots are just, you take a snapshot of your volume and then you can move it around. But volumes, they're block-level storage devices that are used to provide persistent storage for EC2 instances. EBS volumes act as a virtual hard disk that can be attached to an EC2 instance to provide storage. One way to think of EBS volumes is to consider them as a removable hard drive, similar to an external hard drive that you can unplug and move to another computer. When an EBS volume is detached from one EC2 instance, it can easily be attached to another EC2 instance, allowing for easy portability of data between instances. This makes EBS volumes a flexible storage solution that can be used in a variety of scenarios. So yeah, EBS volumes, it's like an external hard drive that you can plug into different EC2 instances and basically make sure that that EC2 instance has data that it can store for a long time. Anyway, if you like the video, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe, and I will see you later, and leave a comment.